freelancing is not for beginners. Freelancing is for someone who already know a particular skill at a decent level, or they're about intermediate, and now they want to transition from working for someone 9 to 5 and just working for themselves for like multiple different projects. I would highly recommend freelancing to anyone who has a skill that can be transferred online through digital means. Maybe it can be consultation, web development, graphic design, video editing, anything that you can do or that you are already doing for someone but for like 9 to 5, then you can translate this skill into a digital freelancing thing. But if you're completely new, then I would never recommend you to just start freelancing. There is this very famous question that someone asked from Azad Chaiwala, and he said that, okay, I want to do business, but I don't know what kind of business I need to do. So that's the wrong approach. Is the same thing that people do with freelancing. I want to do freelancing, but I don't know what skill I need to do freelancing in. So it actually starts in an opposite direction. You have a skill and then you try to convert into freelancing, so to make more money online. Of course, there are some skills that make a lot more money than the other skills, such as web development will always make more money than graphic designing. Consultation will always make more money than video editing and things like that, because it depends what kind of skill level you are offering to the client and whether you know how to consolidate your offer in something that the client is really interested in. In the last video, we talked about two different kind of offer. One offer is based on the product and the other offer is based on the results. If you can somehow manage to convince your client based on the results and you can actually deliver on that, then you are like in the top 1% in your category. And it will just take a few months to go from $5 an hour to $75 or even $100 an hour. It maybe just take like 3 or 6 months to go all the way up there. But you need to understand that with results come great responsibilities. So you need to understand whatever you are offering to the client, you can deliver that thing. In the last video, we also talked about how most of the freelancers cannot deliver what they commit on. So you need to understand that you are not that freelancer who does this thing. You overpromise and then you underdeliver. You don't have to do that. This is something that I learned from a different instructor on Extreme Commerce platform. I don't remember his name right now, but if I will recall it, I will mention it somewhere here in the video. So now you have a skill and now you want to market it at freelancing platform. If you understand that, then you can watch the previous video and it explains the whole process how you're going to do that. But now let's talk about the people who does not have a skill and they still want to get into freelancing. In this video, we are going to explore two skills. One of them is graphic designing and the other one is video editing. I would never recommend anyone to get into these niches if you don't know how to prosper. If you're not street smart, you don't know how to convince client. You are not really good at it. Even if you are one of the best people in the video editing niche or best people in the graphic designing niche, you cannot go above a certain level. You have to mix a few different things in order to make these niches work, because they are very competitive. So here is the first thing that you do. Today we are only going to focus on video editing. In the next video we will focus on graphic design. So if you're new to video editing and you have no idea how to get started, then these are the 5 steps that you need to follow. Someone might ask the question that why I'm talking about video editing but I'm not in the video editing niche, because I'm talking from a client perspective. I have YouTube channels and I always need video editors and I always give cry to these new video editors, and this is the problem I see with all of them, and I know how to fix them. Because if you're only listening to the perspective of a freelancer from this, then it's never going to work for you. I am more result oriented, so I know how things work. Okay, so if you're new to video editing, you need to understand a few things. Video editing is different based on the client project. If the client is working on an advertisement, then that video editing is completely different than someone who is in YouTube space. Even in YouTube space, there are multiple niches. Someone can be doing vlogging or like one of these talking head videos, or they can be infomercials or something like that. So all of these videos has to be edited in their own style. If you try to edit a vlog into talking head video style, it does not come really nice. If you try to edit a talking head video into an infomercial kind of thing, that also does not work. So the first thing that you need to do is understand and research more on different styles of video editing. The second thing is that software does not matter, and I was always recommend start by easiest software. Start by Filmora, start by CapCut, and start with these kind of tools. And you need to incorporate AI as much as you can in your workload to make things better for yourself. So right now the audio you are hearing, it might be very crisp and good, but this is the audio without AI and this is the audio with AI. So you understand how much difference it can make. I'm not using any external microphone, but once you start picking up these few things, it will be a lot easier for you. I can give you a workflow that can work for these talking head videos, but you have to figure out different ways for different platforms. So in these kind of videos, I will recommend you to always do two things. The first thing is removing all the silences from a video. So the first video that you have, the raw video that whatever client is going to send you, they might send it to you through Google Drive, through email or some whatever platform. It does not matter. You download the raw file and you put everything into a folder and you keep everything organized. I don't know why I have to say this thing so many times to all the new freelancers, that you need to be organized. You need to know where every file is and pick up a folder structure, pick up a filing name structure and stick to that. It makes your life a lot easier. It makes client's life a lot easier and everything will be a lot more smoother. Create a folder. Let's name this file with a number like 0052, or you can start from 001 or something like that. And you can name some prefix for each client. Okay, so this is 001 underscore Hassan. So this folder is for Hassan. And now you have this file and inside you have downloaded the raw file. You can rename the raw file or you can create a folder if there are multiple files. You can put all the files in there. And now it sounds so silly that I have to explain this thing, but someone has to tell you that these are the things that you need to do. So now you have the raw files. The first thing that you're going to do is this silence remover. Open up Filmora 12, import the raw file, hit right click and click on silence detection. You can downscale the attack time to 20% and 0.2 and it works fine for me. Export the video. And now you have all the video with the exported thing. And now detach the audio and only export the audio file from this. Now you have the audio file which sounded like a normal recording. You can go to podcast.adobe.com and now you can enhance that audio file. You can see a difference how much this AI is going to make in everyone's life. So you need to make a lot of money before it completely replaces you. And we will figure out along the way like how we're going to make more money with the AI. But right now we have to use it to make our workflow easier. So now you have an audio which sounds like really crisp. Your client is going to be amazed when he will hear his own voice, like I can sound like that. And once you have your audio, you can put the audio back in the Filmora, export that thing and go to CapCut now. I love CapCut because it generates these subtitles that you are looking on the screen, but it also does one more thing. It lets you export this subtitles into an SRT file, which is a subtitle file. And why I like SRT files? Because in these SRT files, you can copy the whole thing, go to ChatGPT and ask it to write the description and the title for the videos. And you don't know how much valuable all of these things is. Just so each talking head video will take you like 15 minutes and you can spend more 1 or 2 hours adding some more like background and then adding text into it, making the video a little more pop, and you will have some portfolio items doing this. You have to do this thing for like maybe 30 or 60 times in order to understand how everything works. And once you have these 30 different portfolio items, you can start uploading them on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, and you can start reaching out all of these YouTubers, all of them who have content creation in their thing. And you have to understand that how you're going to pitch to a new client that you have never worked with. We will talk a lot about this in the upcoming series where we are going to do the client prospecting, but this one is mainly to help you understand how easy it is to pick up a skill, but it just takes too much time to master that skill. If you want to become really, really good at video editing, you don't have to be. Just stay at the intermediate level and just try to make enough money so you come out of that kitchen income thing that I mentioned, referred by Sunny Ali. So you have to understand that once you are not thinking about the kitchen money, your life becomes so easy and so valuable. So just learn a skill above intermediate level. In this video, I told you how you can do the video editing thing. Just stick to the easiest software, stick to the AI things and make everything work. Spend more time in the initial videos, spend more time fixing up your portfolio, making everything professional and things like that. Once you have your portfolio bit, you can start bidding on other people's projects. You know what? I'm not video editor, but for a test project, I can do this thing for you. If you get a lot of comments in this thing and they want me to try it, I can build up a dummy profile. I can edit, like personally, I can edit 10 videos and then pitch to different freelancers, different clients and get 1 or 2 projects. And just to show you you guys that this works and this has the potential to make money. The cheapest client you can get with video editing is like $10, and on the average thing is like $30 to $40 on an average video you can charge to a client, and they are willing to pay you a lot of money depending on how much effort or how much good the quality of the video is that you're producing for them. So yeah, see you next time.